game to watch than this. Since winners in February anyway, he says. A couple of dodgy tries forecast, but the 7 other good ones you can't really moan about. We made it very easy, but Tigers look great, so well done to them. Lots of hard work ahead, but if there's ever a time to turn it on, it's next week.
Yeah, don't bother, please.
Rich Wilkinson said, crisis, what crisis? Win all our games and we'll finish in the 4. Win the playoffs, storm it at Old Trafford, scoop the trophy, back to HQ for pats on the back all round, move along. Nothing to see here. On to the Magic Weekend, which has always been a gimme 2 points versus Wigan. I wonder how much we will beat Parramatta by in the World Club Challenge. Good lad, I like your style. Brad Davies says, brilliant to see Cass drive another nail in the Leeds coffin. There seems to be no reason why they are so clueless. Hardacre, Watkins and Ferris are all current England internationals. I think current is the operative word there, Brian. Wish doing it tough at Wakey meant only being able to field 3 England stars. Can't wait for the qualifiers. John Paget, see, everyone's getting the knives out, aren't they? I love it. John Paget, who's a Leeds fan, said, well, that was the worst Leeds game I've seen since the 80s. In fact, they could have dressed in leg warmers with Frankie Say's t-shirts and it couldn't have been more like the 80s. We are in this situation due to several small reasons all happening at once, brackets, retirements, injuries, floods. None truly troublesome on their own, but the combination of them all happening at once has propelled us down the table, and now we've reached the bottom, we are lacking the confidence to get ourselves out. And we give final word on this one to a Cass fan, Fat Boy Rob, who tells us that he's feeling happy. Disappointed at conceding 12 points against the bottom side. Powell needs to sort the defence out. Just kidding, Cass were awesome. Highlight of the night was the way the players celebrated after Jerry Springer's try and the look on Leeds' faces on the walk home.
I can't remember who it was, but I saw a tweet from someone before the game saying they hope that Gadwin Springer just beasts Danny Maguire, runs over the top of him and scores a try.
Yeah,
and he did.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. And
that was poor defence, that one. But I
can't give Castleford enough credit.
But most of the tries were great Castleford attacking play more than poor Leeds defence.
Yeah.
Leeds just looked like a poor side being beaten by a team with confidence who were playing with good attacking flair. And
it's tricky over the next couple of weeks to see where that gets turned around for Leeds, because I genuinely don't see them going up to Newcastle and getting a result against you lot. So that's another week staying on 6 points if things go as I expect they will do.
Well, we're moving on to my lot, and we'll talk about how our frailty is in the
It's perhaps going to be not as easy to call as you might think, because the following night on Friday down at the DW, Mark, the much vaunted return of Sam Tompkins was, though the party was pooped ever so slightly by a very impressive Hull FC side. I'm choosing to believe that Hull FC were on fire rather than Wigan were playing particularly poorly. And that's the reason Hull won. I think Hull came and executed their game plan really well. It was 30 points to 16 in favour of Hull FC. And there was a game on for a period of time. That sort of first 20 minutes of the second half, you thought maybe Wigan were going to get back into it a little bit with the way they were playing.
When Sam scored, I thought that was it, we're going to win the game. But
I thought it was all a bit fucking written in the stars.
But the problem then came that it's quite obvious that Sam's not quite there yet. I mean,
I don't know what people expect now.
I
wasn't expecting him to do that.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
and I'm certain you were.
But obviously, people will just say, "Well, that's typical fucking shit." Sam Tompkins' defence on the Jamie Shaw try. Sam overthought it. Thought he could push him wide, and just made the right balls up of it when he had to make the tackle, because he's not up to game speed, and that was evidenced in that moment. Whereas Hull players clearly are up to game speed, and they kept it going. The difference for me, and I watched it without the sound on after having quite a few beers in the afternoon and early evening on Friday, in a pub just with my missus, who was periodically looking up at me to tell me to calm down whilst checking Instagram, I guess. But anyway,
what were you doing checking Instagram? She checking Instagram. Is that her social media of choice?
Yeah, because she likes pictures and that, doesn't she? She's arty and stuff. She did a wonderful painting of the Lowry for Sam and Kerry. Anyway, they executed better than us. We made mistakes, stupid mistakes. When it actually came to Wigan putting sets together, up to the attacking third, Wigan were just as good, if not slightly better, than Hull over the whole piece. But Hull executed bits of skill way better. So whilst when Wigan didn't make mistakes or give away penalties, we were rolling, and we could compete with them. We could make good ground. When Hull FC managed to do a piece of skill, it was almost unstoppable for us. They scored some absolute quality tries. Helped a little bit by some woeful Wigan decision making and play. I mean, I've lost count of how many times Sargentson just threw a ball to nowhere, and obviously one of those led to the Scott Taylor try.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to think 2 weeks ago he hadn't scored a try, and now he's on about 4 or 5 for the season. Liam Watts' offload for the Shaw try, that instantly swung the game back to Hull FC after when we thought Wigan were going to be able to nail it. And I would say everything that was 50-50, be it a bounce of a ball, a refereeing decision, what have you, they all came up for Hull FC because Hull FC were the more positive side in the game, and from that, earned that, even though it ticked me off a few times when the whistle went one way or the other with the ball strip situations was particularly fucking irksome. Yeah. But in fairness, it went the way of the team that were deserving things to go their way with the way they played. So well done to Hull FC.
Yep. Okay. So statistically, then, what was the story of this one?
Well, Wigan were a bit better at making ground off slightly fewer carries than Hull FC had, actually. But that's as good as it got for the home team. The better tackle success, fewer errors and fewer penalties conceded. Most notably, 7-3 winning breaks and 5-3 winning tries for the visitors. That was the thing I'm saying about execution. They made their half chances count and made them into full chances. Well done to Hull.
So individually for Hull, who stood out?
Well, Scotty Taylor grabbed that try in 144 metres. Jamie Shaw had a try, 7 tackle busts, 134 metres, 2 clean breaks. Fatuli Talanoa scored another acrobatic effort, a try in 110 metres. I don't know where Wigan's defence was on that one though. Danny Houghton had a try assist and 55 tackles. We'll throw him in because we like how he goes both ways consistently, and he had another top performance. As did Mark Sneed, who scored the first try in the game as well in the half. And as did Leon Price, actually was quite a threat, particularly in the latter stage of the game. I think he helped seal it. For Wigan, Oliver Gildart.
Sorry, you won't have seen it, but Danny Houghton at the video screen. Yeah, mate.
Oh, right.
Amazing.
No, I didn't see
3
it.
questions, 3 yeah, mates. It was brilliant.
No elaboration.
Danny, no, well, he would go on to elaborate, but he'd be like, so Danny, this and this happened, what do you think about? Yeah, mate. And then he'd start talking, bless him, it was brilliant. Good lad.
Oliver Gildart had a try, 170 metres, 2 clean breaks. That tackle, was it Price who put him out? Probably in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Maybe the first 2 minutes.
Price doesn't injure centres.
No, didn't take him. Put him out into touch.
All right. So I'm thinking
when Gildart maybe made the wrong choice a little bit, but that was great defence by Price, and that would have been the changer. And so many other moments like Sutton. Why the fuck didn't you keep on the ball? We would have won if he'd have kept on the ball, I reckon. But anyway, Hull deserved it. John Bateman with a try, 6 tackles, 160 metres, 6 successful offloads. Sam Powell with 47 tackles. Willie Ice with a try assist and 43 tackles. The first fucking decent piece of attacking play he's made all season.
And it was all for naught because you got beaten by 14.
Unfortunately so, but it was a brilliant pass out for that Gildart try.
True, I will give you that. Right, Nadine got in touch. I presume this is Johnny's better half.
I think so, yeah.
Nadine, so good album, Nadine. Yes, absolutely. She says, poor performance by Wigan considering the squad we had on the pitch tonight. Definitely need to pull themselves together by next weekend. Diane LBW says, a pretty scrappy game. Thaler enjoyed the whistle when he could make up his mind about anything. Great tries from Hull. Good to see Shaw doing a Samkins on Samkins. Tyler Cass found, apart from a 10-minute spell in the second half, I thought Hull controlled the game and could have had more points. Not impressed by the officials. 2 in referrals made it a stop-start affair.
Yeah, it finished at about 10:05.
I did wonder whether
the auto tweets had already started going out to say tell us your views on the game.
So we don't know yet.
Before the game had finished, I'm sure. And there was the early on, there was when it was 18-0 after like 17 minutes or whatever it was, there was also the Gareth Ellis bomb chance where he threw it to Mark Violin and he dropped it.
Miniature, very good. I was like, how the fuck is Mark Violin? Well done. Yeah, they contrived to fuck it up, those 2 old boys, didn't they? Langer's got in touch. He said, what a way for the FC boys to celebrate Super League Pod 100. Class from 1 to 17. Whether the Wigan comeback when Tompkins could have turned the game the other way and stuck to the game to get the result. Pritchard was a class act watching it with the fans. Yeah, I saw those selfies, that was cool. One note of caution, what do we do if Danny Houghton gets injured? He is immense every week. Roll on Magic. Brian Davies said a blistering start by Hull, bombed a couple of tries as well in the first 20. They showed some real toughness to see off the Wigan fight back when they would usually have folded.
Great point.
They always have a side that looks good on paper but disappoints. It finally looks like they've got a side that can perform consistently. Scoots28 Max Sarah got in touch and said an awesome first 20 minutes set the platform. I think it's Sarah. I get confused. Is it Sarah or is it the other one?
No, Sarah is this one.
Sarah is this one and Helen is
the one who's married to Owen.
Right.
Who's the sister.
I can never tell the difference between the two of them.
Yeah, well, they sound the same.
They do.
Yeah.
It's just all white noise after a while, I must confess. Scoots28 Matt got. I didn't think you were coming with me on this one for a second. Right, Scoots28 Matt got in touch. She said, "Thank you, awesome first 20 minutes." Sometimes you do give me that look, like where are you going with this? Awesome first 20 minutes, set the platform. Hull showed real resolve to hang on when Wigan came back to 16-18 and then kicked on well. 3 team warnings and no sin binnings when largely nothing changed. It makes a bit of a mockery of the rule. And Paul Marshall said, nobody does for us what Sneyd did for Hull tonight. We don't have the players to play the structures well enough now. What do you think of that?
Well, yeah, I agree. And okay. Paul says a lot of sensible stuff in the recent weeks. And I don't get why Gelling wasn't playing.
Yeah.
It blows my mind why Joel Tompkins gets in the starting lineup and Willie Isa gets 80 minutes and Anthony Gelling doesn't play, and Bateman could easily be the best second rower on the park, but no, you put him in the centres. Baffled by it, I've got to say, but I don't think he'll make that mistake next week. I don't think he can.
No, true. So at the same time then, St Helens were beating the Salford Red Devils by 34 points to 20. Salford made a fist of this, Mark, but it was the Saints class at home that told in the end.
Yeah, there was a group of lads sat behind us in the line bar at Salford Quays. One of them seemed to have a passing interest in rugby league and jumped up and cheered when the highlight came on of the first Evolds try.
Right.
But then at the half time, he was like, fuck this.
Seems like a normal Salford fan then, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Not at the game, gave up after 40 minutes.
But yeah.
Oh, that's going to get me in trouble, isn't it? Fucking hell.
but either way, Salford didn't really want to go away, did they? But Saints obviously had enough. The tries that were coming through that I can remember, was there a Kyle Amor one where he basically walked through the middle of the team and went under the sticks, and that felt like...
Amor was a beast in this game.
That felt like... if that can happen to you, you're not winning this game, Salford, I'm afraid. Which is a shame because, I think they had a lot of components to match St Helens in this game. But they just couldn't. Saints are getting some strike weapons back.
Yes. Which
is important for their season going forward, definitely, in the backs. Because they had nothing in the backs, did they, a month ago?
Yeah, but now you look at them, they've got Lomax, Percival, that's all starting to shape up a touch, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. And they can drop Sean McDonald, which I imagine is helping things as
beneficial,
well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Saints made 3 more errors than Salford. Other than that, the numbers show a comfortable win should have been had for the home side. Only 2 more tries, but nearly 200 more metres at a better average gain with 3 more breaks. Added in fewer penalties, conceding a 4% team tackle success. That sort of suggests maybe even more than a 3-score margin could have been achieved here, but good effort by the Saints at home. Individually, Theo Farr shined against his former side. And how old's Theo? Because he must still be in Young Player of the Year.
Theo Farr? He can't be more than 22, can he?
I wouldn't have thought so. And I would say... people talk a lot about Jordan Lilly, but Theo Farge is doing it in a side that's now into 4th position in the league, and he's creating and scoring tries on a regular basis in a team that was failing to do that before he was put into the lineup.
There you go. Theo Farge is 21. He will be 22 on the 23rd of August.
So I assume he's still eligible then this year, yeah. So he'd be my shout, and we haven't talked about that enough, but Young Player of the Year, Theo Farge, maybe.
I think if he keeps going the way he has been, because he had that period of time where he wasn't getting into
the first 5 weeks
the first few weeks of the season, that kind of has stunted that for me, but you're absolutely right. He's playing very, very well now that he's in the team.
Another player playing well, Kyle Amor, a try 132 metres. The returning Adam Swift had 154 metres and 2 clean breaks.
Oh, you could see the hound dog getting on the stats roundup, innit?
Mark Mark Percival were trying 102 metres as well, another player we rate highly at SLP. On the Salford side of things, Niall Levels scored 3 tries, 2 clean breaks playing out there on the wing. On the other wing, Justin Connie had a try, 135 metres. Junior Stow at 131 metres, and Ben Murdoch-Masilla makes a welcome return to the stats roundup, a try assist and 106 metres.
Fantastic. Okay, a couple of tweets on this one. Down at BW got in touch